Starting. Dot dot dot. Starting. This hangout is now on air. Alright, we're good to go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 32 of the Out of Nowhere podcast. And today we will discuss everything that is everything coming out of Extreme Rules, including a new champion, a new team up, thumbtacks, and even a returning superstar. I am your host today, Michael Allen, and joining me today is my ever-present pod wife, Chelsea Edgerton.
You proposed?
Yeah, I kind of did. I didn't tell you about it.
I missed the ceremony and everything.
Yeah. I got all the cards and the presents and the gifts, and I didn't tell you about it either. So it's a bit, it's a bit upon you, but yeah.
Did you take me to Vegas and I was passed out in a car?
Yeah, that's a Triple H Stephanie McMahon angle, but yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with that.
Okay.
And joining us is the returning superstar that I just mentioned, Scott Sedman.
Woo! I was going to play Dean Ambrose's theme music, but I completely forgot, so that didn't work.
Oh well, we would have appreciated it. The thought is not as good as the real thing, but hey, at least you tried.
Well, I'm sorry, my phone's on the other side of the room.
No, that's a legitimate excuse, I guess. Right, let's go straight into it because we have a short amount of time to talk about quite a lot of things that happened in Extreme Rules. And we start off with the pre-show, and I'm going to ignore completely the fact that the Dudleys came and got destroyed by Big Cass, because why wouldn't they?
Fun, though.
Yeah, but I'm going to ignore it. It happened. If you want to go see it, go look on YouTube. We're going to go into the matches, and Corbin versus Ziggler in a no DQ match, which is now I'm going to be calling the staple pre-show show. And it was your standard match that you expect from these two, the trading power for speed. I did like the old school touch of someone getting tangled up in the ropes. I don't know about you two, but that was always a favourite one of mine. But a savage low blow from Corbin resulted in the end of days for Ziggler. Chelsea, standard run-of-the-mill match for these two now?
Yeah, it was nothing special, was it? I mean, that low blow was one of the only things that would have resulted in a DQ, and for a no DQ match, I was expecting a lot more, especially from Corbin as well. I expected him to, I don't know, maybe even 2 low blows. But I'm not really much of a Corbin fan, but I am.
Really?
I think I said to you last night, actually.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
I thought you was all over Corbin.
I know, like every other podcast, I've just expressed my undying love for him. But I don't know, he's slowly starting to grow on me. I do love the end of days. It is a really nice finisher. But yeah, there was nothing really special about that match at all. And like you say, it's a pre-show staple now, it seems.
Yeah, sadly so, because I am a massive Corbin fan. But the low blow was pretty savage. But Scott, the no DQ match, you was at least wanting a chair, right?
I wanted something more than a nut shot. I mean, I can nut shot someone at uni and I'd get away with it. Like, it's nothing.
In fact, it's encouraged.
Although, after the last time, I think last time I was on the pod, I was basically I don't like Ziggler, or at least I think I was saying that. I might have been saying that. There was a point where I didn't like Ziggler, and I like him a lot now, and I like his fancy pants.
You were all over Ziggler. Last time we talked, Ziggler was your favourite.
His fancy pants are amazing. And
he does have fancy pants, that must be said. He's pink white ones with skulls on.
Really cool. I want them.
They're pretty cool. I'm not sure I'd be able to pull them off.
I don't think I could pull it off. I'd still wear them. I'd be all up for that. Super people left, right, and centre.
That's all I'm going to say.
I'm glad Baron got the one. Got the win.
Was it going to go any other way though, Chelsea? I know that we know Prediction League you went for Corbin. Did you think it was going to go any other way, Scott? Do you think Ziggler's going to win?
Not really. Not after. He did lose. Corbin lost last time, didn't he? So.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Is this the end of it? Is this it now, though? Is this done?
Hopefully, because I want to see him fight someone different.
Chelsea, who you want him to fight?
Ziggler,
I don't know, anybody that he could just do an awesome end of days on.
Probably Tyler Breeze. Let him destroy Tyler Breeze after going from Dolph Ziggler to Tyler Breeze.
I don't think. I think we said this the other week. Like, I don't want him to go straight into another feud like he has with Ziggler. I really want him to just go out there, and even if it's just the low card, just go out and dominate everybody like he did in NXT. Like, I just want him to like squash match every single week on Raw until I'm furious about it again, and then throw him into something then because he really needs that build up. And I think if he had a loss last night, then it would have just taken everything away from him. So I think he really needs to be built up to be like the massive monster that he was in NXT.
Yeah, I think it's certainly somewhere he can go, and I hope he does because he is tall, he is powerful, and the end of days is amazing. But I think we have given this match more time than the actual match itself, so I think we should move on to the main show. And the main show kicked off in fine fashion with the Club versus the Bloodline in the Texas Tornado tag. Is that their real names now? That's not their real tag team names, is it?
No, I hope not.
No. Just Anderson and Gallows versus the Usos in a Texas Tornado tag. Now, the Tornado tag match is one of my favourite stipulations in all of wrestling. So I was always going to kind of enjoy the match because we hardly ever see it. And we finally got to see Anderson and Gallows being the brutes that we were expecting when they first showed up in WWE, and we haven't up to this point. And they really went to town on one of the Usos. I think it was Jay at the beginning of the match. But as the match went on, I think we all kind of had some fears that they was going to lose once again to the Usos. Like it was a very real possibility at one point that they were going to lose. Until that is, Jimmy landed a splash straight onto a ring bell, and the Magic Killer ended the match. Now, Chelsea, it was a Texas Tornado tag match, but to get Extreme Rules kicked off properly, would you not have thought it would have been a little more extreme?
Yeah, I think that was kind of the basis for the whole night, really, that it wasn't as extreme as you wanted it to be. But I don't. It was definitely what I expected. I mean, it was really nice to see that the Bullet Club were all. They were the brute force that they are meant to be, but there were far too many close calls. Like I can remember, like 2 or 3 times where I actually thought the Usos were gonna win.
Oh, there was absolutely times where it seemed that they were going to. Scott, was there any particular highlights you remember in the match that you thought were?
I probably just like straight off them attacking him on the ramp. Like I wasn't expecting it. I thought I was gonna be like, oh, it's gonna be pretty chill and then ramp up. No, they go straight after him. I'm like, and I'm always a fan of just seeing the Umagas, the Usos run at brick walls and get knocked back, because that's basically what happened a lot in this match. And it's just nice to see the club wrecking house basically. And that bell, like, I kind of like. I don't know. I didn't believe that he landed on it. Like it might have been the camera angles. Like it just looked weird for me. Like I didn't. Obviously he did it, but like the way it is, it seemed like Anderson was already prepared to roll out of the way, and I was like, oh, that's how it ends. Okay.
It's almost like it's scripted.
No, I know it is, but like the cameras were left a bit too long to see the preparation for the move.
Yeah.
Like
before he made the jump.
Not the best.
Before he made the jump, you kind of knew he was gonna move immediately, didn't you?
Yeah. It was okay. It was an okay way to start off the night. Yeah, that's the one. That's the word I was looking for.
Now, I was hoping that there was going to be either a longer match and it would have been brutal, or a post-match beatdown for the Usos, just so that the club had some real heat behind them, and it would have made what would have been the main event far more interesting later, because you knew that the Usos were there.
Well, that's what I kind of hoped. I hoped one of them would have been taken out of the picture so we didn't get another run-in from the club and another run-in from the Bloodline. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It got really stale by this point, and yeah. So I was hoping they would have taken one out of commission. Yeah,
so flattering to deceive, I guess. They were just giving us a little bit and then not giving us entirely what we thought would be the way to go. But I'm not going to complain, because we'll talk about it later, but what turned out to be a rather interesting main event. Let's move on to what has been something totally irrelevant as of late, and that's the US title. And Kalisto defended his title once again against a big guy, but this time it wasn't Ryback, it was Rusev. Rusev began the match very much in the manner I would have expected, and I'm pretty sure all you guys would have expected it too, with him just completely dominating Kalisto. And that swat out of the air he gave him, he just completely obliterated him out of the air. Kalisto did manage to mount some offense, however, with a bit of resistance, and he hurricaned him into the steps, I think. Smashed him straight into the steps, which was pretty cool. But unfortunately, after a slam onto the ring apron, leaving Kalisto all but unable to move, he looked like he was paralysed for a quick second. Rusev locked in an accolade and bent Kalisto in two, forcing him to tap. Scott, does the US title finally have some relevance now that Rusev is the champion?
Well, yeah, till Cena comes back. What? Not this Monday, the Monday after?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, no, like I like Rusev being this powerhouse because he like Mania way back, no, Mania 30 was it 31? When he had that massive match. I've always liked
when he came out in a tank.
Yes, it was amazing. Still one of the best intros ever. And it's just like I've always liked Rusev, and then he kind of did that shitty four-way love quadrangle.
Yeah.
Let's not mention
that weren't good. That weren't good for his career at all.
Like, and even in the League of Nations, I enjoyed seeing Rusev just being like, "Rah, I'm Rusev, I'm the big bad guy, hit me!" Like, and even in the pre-show with the stupid bloody Ask Rusev thing and Lana, it's like it should be Ask Rusev and Lana and all that stuff. I just love Rusev as a villain. So I'm glad he has the US title. I'm glad until Cena comes and takes it away from him.
Well, that's the inevitable thing, isn't it? That Cena and Rusev are going to go down. But Chelsea, you made a point about Rusev in the social lounge, and that the Bulgarian brute sounded completely not Bulgarian at all.
Yeah, like well, I don't even think he was making any effort at all to even put an accent on. Like there was a couple of words where he tried, but literally he just sounded American, and I don't know whether, do you reckon they're going to run like a massive storyline where it turns out he's not actually Bulgarian and he's actually from like Texas or something?
No, that would be shit. That'd be shit.
Like John Cena standing for American, and it's like, oh no, that's American. Oh!
If we get John Cena stood there with Rusev's birth certificate, it's going to be horrible.
And then Lana will do it.
What was bad for Rusev's career in that four-way love triangle malarkey that happened a year ago now, I guess. This title reign, hopefully he has a bit of dominance before he has to lose it to Cena, which is the inevitable course, I imagine. This is going to rejuvenate his career, right? Because
hopefully
Rusev could easily be a world champion, couldn't he, Chelsea?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, when he was the US champ previously, and all those matches he had with John Cena, they were absolutely brilliant. And for him to have then fallen down that rabbit hole of Dolph Ziggler and Lana. But yeah, since I think now is a really good time. Like you say, he needs to have. I'm really glad John Cena's coming back, and more than anything, I really want. Just Michael gone?
Oh my God, he's dead. Michael, no. What happened to you?
He's dead and gone. Shit.
It was too extreme. He couldn't handle the rules. The extreme rules. He's gone. Oh, I don't know what's going to happen. Michael, we can still talk about Rusev and that accolade, though. That accolade.
Literally, he was bent in two, wasn't he?
It was horrifying. I was like, oh, squishy. Oh, wait, no, you're human. You shouldn't be that squishy.
That's what I mean. You don't even see like yoga people like being that flexible.
It's not good. It's not good for your body.
Well, at least Kalisto's flexible. We've worked that out.
Hopefully, if he'll just be a squid next time we see him, or an octopus. That'll be his next gimmick. He'll be a lucha squirrel. Nope, squid.
A
I don't know
lucha
how those
squid.
two are the same, but oh god, Michael's left and everything's gone wrong. Oh, he's back. Oh, he's
Oh,
gonna
he's
save
back.
him from the squirrel
Totally,
squid.
totally don't know what happened there.
It's okay. We were talking about lucha squid.
Obviously. Obviously you were. What else would you have talked about?
The accolade. The sexy snapping accolade. That squishy-fied, not Rey Mysterio.
Ah, some casual racism. Excellent. Stereotyping the
Look, I said he was a lucha squid. I don't think I could get much worse.
And was there anywhere that I can pick up from?
Just whatever you're gonna ask Scott after asking me about the whatever you asked me, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll make something of it. It's fine.
Excellent. Right, move on. Oh, man. I don't even know what happened there.
I don't know. You just died and Scott cried and
Yeah,
I cried.
do you know when Google Chrome comes up and it says you can either wait or kill the page?
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
Did
Anyway,
you kill the page?
I did. I killed the page.
That's
Yeah.
a bit
So you
extreme.
did die. I was right.
Well,
You're the Undertaker.
I just did my best WWE impression and killed Paige.
Oh.
Too real.
I went there. Anyway, she was on the pre-show panel to. Forget it. Right.
She was really obnoxious on that. I normally like Paige, but she was really obnoxious on it.
Well,
She's gonna go.
She's dating Alberto Del Rio now. She's got a right to be obnoxious. I mean, who doesn't want that?
Is that real?
Yes, Scott,
that's
that is real.
Jesus Christ. I'm just going to cry some more.
Have you not seen their beautiful couple photos from Disneyland?
They have Disneyland photos? Oh,
They have Disneyland photos. They're kissing and everything. It's disgusting. I wouldn't look at it.
God damn emotions in wrestling. No.
Do you know what this tells me? This tells me that you didn't listen to our previous episode. And
I didn't.
No,
I'm
disgusting.
sorry. It's called being busy.
It's alright. I haven't listened to our lives in like 2 months. So.
Neither have I, Chelsea.
Right. After,
One and done. That's all I do. Turn up, get my paycheck.
All right.
Alright. No, okay, we're not turning this into a sing along.
Yeah. Well, we can do, later. Right, after Rusev regained and finally became the US US
He
champion.
became the title? Oh my god, I missed that.
He became the belt. He fused with the leather. Right, after Rusev became the US champion, we had a tag team championship match with the New Day taking on the Vaudevillains. Prior to the match beginning, Xavier Woods once again requested female fans to send him direct messages, but he doesn't reply, does he, Chelsea? We tried.
You know what? I DM him daily. I always check that his DMs are still open. They're always still open, but Xavier, you do not reply to me. All I want to do is talk to you. And it's a good job Finn Balor's DMs aren't open, isn't it?
Yeah, yes.
Oh god.
It really
I
is.
dread to think what you
Yeah.
said to him.
I think you would have some sort of restraining order on you.
I just sent him pictures of Lego.
I think he'd like that.
I think he would too.
Anyway, we were treated to a rare in-ring appearance from Xavier Woods this time, as Kofi took on the cheerleading role. However, it was Woods who was on the end of Vaudevillains' attack, as they kept him in the corner. It looked even worse because Gotch and English nailed the Whirling Dervish on him. I think it was on him. Was it him or Big E? It was on Woods, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, he kicked out, and after a trademark, awesome, super massive spear from Big E, and Kofi Kingston delivering some trouble in paradise, New Day picked up a victory. Now, there's a few points I want to talk about here. Chelsea, the New Day used heel tactics to continue their title reign.
Yes.
How awesome is that?
I'm really happy because obviously there was a few weeks where it did look like they were just going completely full out babyface. And that was one of the best things about the New Day that I enjoyed, is just their ridiculous stuff that they used to pull to win matches. So I'm really happy that they're doing that again. It's just one of those things that makes watching them even more enjoyable. It's just really, I can't remember what match it was, but it might have been the Royal Rumble actually, wasn't it? When Kofi got like eliminated and they just carried him around on his shoulders.
Yeah, Big E caught him.
Yeah, so I'm really happy that that's back, because the New Day, as over as they are, they still need those heel tactics to just be the New Day. Like, I don't think they could ever get away with doing that in the long run, like just being complete full-out baby faces.
No, but they couldn't definitely go down the Eddie Guerrero cheat to win down that angle. Cheat when you need to. If you're not cheating, you're not trying, right?
Yeah.
There's 3 of them there. You might as well take advantage of it.
Yeah, I'm really happy that they continued with that. Really happy.
Also from this, the Vaudevillains put on a really good show. I don't know what really I expected from them in this match, but I thought they put on the best show that we've seen them put on in the main card, without a doubt. And really, I guess the question is, I'll put it to you, Scott, is that do you want to see more from these 2 teams against each other, or do you think the New Day should move on to other competitors?
I think the New Day could move on. Like, I'd like if they like. I'd like to see Enzo when he's back and ready. I'm like, come on, Enzo and Cass, like, take him down. That's probably gonna happen. But no, I love the Vaudevillains. I love their shtick. It's great. I don't know. It appeals to something in me where I'm just like, I don't care if you lose. I don't care if you're villains. I just like you. You're just super cool. And yeah, like you said, this is their best match. So I don't care what they do. I just want to see them wreck house on everyone. Are the Ascension still around? Can they just squash the Ascension out of existence?
I don't think beating the Ascension would do anything for the career.
I don't care. I just want to see them be villains. Like, kill the Ascension. I don't know.
Full out kill them.
Yeah, just go villain. Like, go to Vaudevillains. Kill someone.
Just murder a person. Is one of the Ascensions still banned?
Maybe.
It's still suspended for something.
Public execution at SummerSlam.
Well, if there's any more releases, we know who's been released.
Yeah. I mean, they haven't got Cody Rhodes to fight their corner anymore, have they? The Cosmic Wastelander no more.
That was the best thing they ever did with them, is when the Ascension went out. Like, when they first went out, they absolutely ruined them. But as soon as
without a doubt.
But as soon as they put them with Stardust, like, I get how ridiculous it is, but it was the best thing they did with them. But rest in peace, Stardust.
Yeah, I mean, I really want to talk about Stardust, but I guess we'll save that for our main show on Wednesday. But man, they fucked up there big time.
Yeah.
If you want to hear my thoughts on the Cody Rhodes situation, tune into the next episode, because I think I might rant. Should I rant now?
It's not episode.
No, I'm not gonna.
I'm a fan of Cody Rhodes.
They're fucked up big time. Anyway, we kind of got off topic there. The tag team match, the New Day. I don't know exactly how long they've been champions for now, but these guys keep on rolling. When are they going to lose the belts? Do you think they're going to lose it up and coming anytime soon? Maybe keep it to SummerSlam and lose it there to, say, Enzo and Cass?
I think the plan is to lose it to Enzo and Cass. Like, surely that's what it has to be, right? Enzo and Cass need to win something.
I really fucking hope not.
You don't.
Don't start, Michael.
Do you not like that? Do you not like that, bro? You can't.
No, I don't like that.
No, I'm going to agree with Scott. I really do think with the amount that they're pushing Big Cass, like, normally when a tag team goes out, that the other person's just left out on the side, and I was really expecting them to do that with Cass. But the fact that they're still keeping him, I mean, even on the pre-show he was still there, and just having him come out.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, they're going to do it, but they didn't. But I was still like, I don't care. Cass is wrecking house. It's still cool.
Yeah, I really think if Enzo hadn't been injured, then I really think it would have been them in the Vaudevillains position. But I don't think they would have won. But I really do think that Enzo and Cass are going to be the next tag team that get the belts dropped to them.
I don't know who else at this point it could be, but I really hope it's not them. If anybody, I want it to be the Club. the club give him some gold, because Enzo and Cass are fun, and even while Enzo's been out, Cass has been doing a real stand-up job. He's been making chicken salad out of chicken shit with what he's got. But they are so undeserving so far. Other than the crowd just loving what they do when they enter the arena, and you can't teach that. That's cool. That's fine. But they're not nowhere near as good as even American Alpha, who are down still in NXT. I mean, I'd rather have them coming up and being champions than Enzo and Cass.
I think it all comes down to, unfortunately, it does all come down to like who's selling the most merch and shit like that sometimes, though, isn't it? And I think New Day have been champs so long because they are top of the merchandise sellers, and like all over WrestleMania weekend, I think they won the top merchandise sellers, and that's why they're still the champs. And when you've got someone who is over as Enzo and Cass, I think like that just screams money at Vince, and I think that he's just going to go down that route with it. I don't think it definitely doesn't come down to talent in the WWE main roster, and that's safe to be seen.
Well, I am very much in the minority on this one. I am very, very much aware on that. But if there's one thing I've learned from wanting things from WWE is that they generally don't give you it. So that's my only saving grace at this point, that they're all looking and thinking, the fans want Enzo and Cass to be champs. Nope. We're not going to give them that.
But it's the new era of WWE. They're trying to give us what we want.
Are you really buying into that marketing spiel?
Not in the slightest.
There we go. Yeah, so I don't know what the future holds for the New Day, but I really hope the tag team doesn't move on to Enzo and Cass. But let's talk about a title that may move on in the future, and that's the Intercontinental Championship. And in this show, it was The Miz versus Kevin Owens versus Cesaro versus Sami Zayn in a Fatal 4-Way Intercontinental title match. First of all, A-star match of the night.
Well, Meltz is going to give it like a 4.25.
Meltzer gave it a 4.25.
No, that is literally just a guess, because Meltzer likes to give brilliant matches, not quite what they were. But yeah, I definitely agree. It was one of the
Meltzer heat from Chelsea.
It's not Meltzer hate. It's just sometimes he can be a bit mean. He can just be a bit mean.
I'm totally looking up what he's giving it now. So you keep going. You keep talking.
But no, like that whole match, like it was exactly what I was expecting it to be. I mean, when you put those four guys in the ring, not much can go wrong, really, can it?
No, I think that's one thing that we have said through this entire string of matches that we've seen these guys all in, is that they just don't do any wrong. You can put them in any, even The Miz, who people will mock, and we openly like The Miz on this show, but yeah, every one of them gives and brings something to the match, and this match opened up. Let's just go through the match. This match opened up immediately, as in the bell rang, and within 3 seconds, Sami Zayn ran across the ring and gave a hell of a kick to Kevin Owens, and that just laid him out from the start. We're all just stood there going, "What the hell has just happened?" I'm looking up these scores now. Let's see. Oh, that's from 2015. That's no more.
I don't think that'll be up yet.
Meltzer, get to work, will you?
He's got the coolest job in the world. You can't have a go at him.
If he's got the coolest job in the world, do it quicker.
He's probably interviewing Vince McMahon or something.
Yeah, probably. Damn you. Anyway, let's go through the match. Sami Zayn totally destroyed Kevin Owens. Cesaro then totally destroyed The Miz with an uppercut, and that left the two of them in the ring to go at it for a little while. And I think, as I say go at it a little while, I mean full on go at it for a little while. Owens did soon return and take out everybody, because he is Kevin Owens, and it is his title, and it is his ring, and it is his time, and it is whatever Kevin Owens tells us it is, because quite frankly he can tell us anything and we think we'll lap it up right now. Um, the Miz did tap out to Cesaro with the sharpshooter, but it's just so fortunate that the Miz has his wife at the ringside to stop us all from cheering Cesaro being the new champ, because Owens powerbombed Cesaro after that. The Miz broke up the pin. Zayn and Owens did what Zayn and Owens do and just blast each other with punches to the face. But that led the Miz to come in and steal a pin on Cesaro. So the Miz is still your champion, and if you go back into our previous prediction show, we all thought that the Miz or Cesaro was going to win. I thought Cesaro, but are you glad now that that the Miz has returned, Chelsea?
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't really see it going any other way. I just don't know what's next for him now. Whether we're gonna get, because I have no idea where the Intercontinental title is gonna go now, especially if this Fatal 4-Way thing is just finished. What I would have fantasy booked is Sami Zayn winning and then having that Kevin Owens Sami Zayn feud continue with the title, but I don't know now. It's still stuck on Miz. I've just got no idea where it's going.
A movie.
Yeah, it's a strange situation to be, but yeah, a movie probably. He'll drop it when he's got another film to shoot. It is a strange situation because you would have thought that there would have. The Miz was I thought when the Miz got it, I thought he was just a placeholder. He was an even longer version of what Paul Zack Ryder was for one night. I thought we might have him
24 hours.
Yeah, I thought we might at least have the Miz as a month champion, but he's still there and he's holding it on and he's going to take it further. Is he going to hold it to SummerSlam now?
Yeah,
probably.
I can definitely see him holding it for that little bit longer. It's over that first month hurdle, isn't it? Like, if he's still got it now, then this massive lead up to SummerSlam, because I can't really see it changing at Money in the Bank.
No, but the problem, the thing that ended the fact that Cesaro and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn not winning this match is that they're all going to be in what will be one of the greatest Money in the Bank ladder matches that we've ever seen. Very
true. Do you think? I'll save that for the end. Actually, I was going to say something, but I'll save that for the end. This match was awesome. Like, no lie. Like, as much as I dislike the Miz, I know, right? Shock. It's a really controversial opinion. I didn't mind him with. I just wish we had actually seen it properly.
That's exactly what he's meant to do. He's meant for you to hate him.
Oh yeah. I love Cesaro. Every time I see that guy spin someone around, it's just fascinating. And I thought my laptop was about to die. I had a heart attack. Ooh, that was lucky. Sami Zayn putting in a great performance. Kevin Owens used to roll out, and it was super effective. And I wanted to make that joke, but we're just gonna Pokemon joke on a wrestling podcast. Yeah. It was a good match. I really enjoyed it.
He used roll out.
Yeah, when he just rolls into people, it's great. And he had all three of them in the corner. It was like roll out, roll out, roll out.
Yeah,
it's great.
I mean, I'm down with it. We often put in subliminal Pokemon references into our shows, so you're more than welcome to do that.
What? Pikachu Libre. Never forget. Our rupees. Check it out to know what we're talking about.
Oh no, not Pikachu. I can't even say it.
Pikachu Libre. Friends with Lucha Squid. It's gonna be
fuck off. Oh my goodness. Right. This was a pretty crazy show crazy match to keep up with. There were so many so many false finishes and big spots, and Kevin Owens doing his toad frog splash or whatever he calls it. I don't know. What did he call it? He called it the 6-star frog splash, didn't he?
Yeah.
To the Miz as Cesaro held him. So he was elevated. I don't know why that would seem to hurt more, but there you go. But I think watching if you go back and watch it now, watch it again. Everything seemed to be focused on Owens versus Zayn, and everyone was like, "Yeah, this match is going on, but Owens versus Zayn is what we're really here to see." Did you not get that
Well, yeah,
feeling?
I mean, they missed the pin.
You are?
Like, they
What?
missed the pin, didn't they? Because they were focusing on Zayn, like, kicking the shit out of Owens. And it's like,
Oh yeah, exactly. That's
they've
right.
won.
Yeah,
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. Is did that? I don't know if this is the right way to say it. Did Owens versus Zayn feud overshadow the Intercontinental title?
Oh,
I think in the
absolutely.
end. But, like, not, like, until that last bit where he got thrown out the ring and then Zayn just started kicking the shit out of him, I think it was pretty even up until that point for me, anyway.
I don't know. I just thought that even screen time and the announcers just was like it's very much so. This is Owens versus Zayn with the Intercontinental title match thrown in. I mean, I'm happy for it. It was always fun to watch, and I'll happily watch Owens versus Zayn continue. But to me, the Intercontinental title means something a little bit more, and I don't know. It should have just been entirely focused on the Intercontinental title and with a dash of Owens versus Zayn rather than the other way around. But I'm nitpicking. The match was still fucking awesome. So
It was a
go
very good
no
match.
And before
go.
we move on, I really just want to show some JBL love for the commentary on this match. Like it was nothing to do with the match, but I know not everyone everyone likes Byron as much as I do. But his comment to Byron when he said, "If you were on life support, I'd pull the plug to charge my iPhone," was one of the highlights one of the highlights of this match, and it wasn't even anything to do with it. And JBL never really comes out with shit like that, and I just thought that was brilliant.
I think he's
It
been
was.
spending too much time with Kevin Owens. He's just
Right?
getting
Or
some
do you
sass.
reckon Kevin Owens just wrote that down on a piece of paper and just slid it to him before the match started?
Yeah.
Just to.
I wouldn't be surprised if he wrote it while he was bent over the table. He was like, "Oh, here's the line I just thought of, JBL." Now that you've brought up JBL, love, there's one part of the pre-show that I love every single time, and that's when the pre-show's just ending and the announcers start coming out, and you hear Michael Cole come out and he gets booed, and then you hear the cowbells of JBL, and the crowd just erupts. Like you don't hear them erupt like that for the wrestlers. Never mind any the bloody commentator, but.
When I went to Raw, they do the same thing when they tape Raw, and so like all the commentators come out, and yeah, the pot for JBL is just ridiculous.
Oh man, I love some JBL. As I just want more Farouk and JBLs. I want some more APA. Is that too much to ask? Yes, they're both
Yeah.
quite old at this point.
This new era. Hmm.
Look, the new era may be here, but when it comes around to WrestleMania, we'll still have people who headlined 10 years ago. So that's just the way wrestling
Yeah,
works.
absolutely true.
But let's move on to someone else who was headlining 10 years earlier, and that's Chris Jericho. And he had himself an Asylum match today with Dean Ambrose. Let's forget about the match just for a second. The Asylum match premise. You sold on that, Scott? You're a massive Dean Ambrose fan, right?
I am
But
a massive Dean Ambrose
are
fan.
you a
I
fan?
didn't.
Are you a fan of the WCW-esque and TNA-esque weapons scattered around a ring match?
I mean, I would be if they had better weapons. I mean, I'm still going to contest this. Mitch 2.0 did not need to be there. And I thought it was a baseball bat with barbed wire on when I first saw it, but no, apparently it was a 2x4. Okay, fair enough. Like, that's cool, but I knew it wasn't going to get used much. Okay, it got used like three times, I think he got 3 hits in with it, and then it got disappeared.
Yeah.
Did it?
Well,
like, better weapon choice would have been, like, made it more extreme.
so it was a bit timid for you. Is that basically?
Little bit.
Yeah. All right. I just wanted to get your opinion. I know me and Chelsea talked about it on the previous podcast, so I just wanted to see what you thought of the idea itself.
The idea is cool.
Just maybe turn it up to 11.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Right.
Especially with Ambrose, they even said it in the commentary, like Dean Ambrose before he came to WWE did some really fucked up shit to his body. Like, well, they didn't say it like that, but like they were hinting at it, and like some of his matches were incredibly like crazy. Like going back and watching them on YouTube, like you did that to your body, why? So like I was expecting something crazy, like, and we got a bit of blood, guys, a little bit.
We did get a bit of blood, and we got a bit more than what we were expecting too. So let's go through the match and see where it ended up, because I was legitimately OMG kind of moment, So Chris Jericho, as soon as the match began, he tries to escape because I don't know, he was surrounded by steel and he thought, I can escape to win. It seems legit. But Chris Jericho sporting jeans for a street fight. I always like that touch. It seems more rugged when you wear jeans to a fight with weapons, doesn't it? That's WWE's way of thinking, right? Jeans means what? Extreme? Jeans means extreme? I don't. What? Why jeans?
I don't know, because he likes to look good. I don't know. I don't know. It's Chris Jericho. Does anyone know what the guy's thinking or talking about? He kept asking to open the door, like constantly, making the guy look like an idiot.
Chelsea's died on us.
Oh no, she's back. No, yeah. Rip. Oh god.
Wi-Fi has dropped. Be right back.
Will everyone stop dying in this call, please? I don't like it.
Your turn next.
No, don't say that. Don't say that. I don't think I can return if I get killed. I'll be like, the Never Monsters will come and eat me.
Who? The Ender Monsters?
Never Monsters, same thing. I don't know. No, like my Wi-Fi, like if it goes down and I just give up, like in this house, I'm like, it's gone. There's 4 other people on this network. I accept defeat. Oh, and then she's gone again. Rip Chelsea. Handle the asylum. I'd handle the. Like, to be fair, like that match, like until like half it, I think like I could have probably done that. Like I could have gone hand to hands with him. That was a great joke. That was an amazing joke.
Yeah, it was a great joke. But does anybody know about your one-handedness?
Maybe not here. Everywhere else.
No. That's true.
I lost it in a Chicago street fight. Right? Or is it Cincinnati?
But it's basically a street fight wherever you are. So
yeah,
if you're in Brooklyn, it's a Brooklyn
I lost it to a swan in a Lincoln street fight. It was violent. Really mess. I mean, there was more blood in that than there was in this. Although that was cool to see it actually happen. I thought he was gonna code break him or something, like away from Taxon, and it would have ended like that. But I'm glad he got there. I'm glad he got
there. Oh, what's she saying? Let's see what she's saying. Oh, fuck the Usos. That is not what I was talking about. Right, let's talk about the match while she's not here. If she joins back in, we can go from there. Right, so the Dean Ambrose decided that going up to the top of the cage and grabbing a mop, doing his best Perry Saturn impression, would lead to a victory over Jericho. As he just decided to wipe the floor with him. Do you like what I did there?
I see what he did there. That's clever.
Yeah. But then business picked up even more, because then Ambrose, turns out he knows how to use some nunchucks.
Which was cool.
Which was fun. Like, it was so cool.
Do you not feel like the nunchucks were only in there because of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle sponsor?
I said exactly this. I said in the match they should have put every single weapon from TMNT.
That would have been amazing. Well, I mean, then again, could you have really put size in there?
Size and katanas in the match. That's where I kind of drew the line. But you could have definitely put a bow staff in.
Well, I think that's probably what the mop was meant to represent. Hopefully, maybe. I might be giving WWE too much credit there.
Yeah, I don't think any of them know what the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is.
I can't hear anyone now.
Not even me?
Hello? Am I back?
Oh, there we
Chelsea's
go.
back. Chelsea's
I
back.
can hear you now. Woo, that was weird.
Chelsea, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah,
We were just talking about Ambrose using the nunchucks and how it was all a ploy to
Teenage Mutant Ninja Ambrose. Teenage
to
Mutant
advertise
Ninja
to
Ambrose.
the
Ambrose in a half shell. Ninja power.
so you've not missed much.
No, I think Scott covered it right there.
Yeah. The nunchucks was then swapped by a kendo stick. The kendo stick was then swapped by a leather strap, and then the leather strap was swapped by a fire extinguisher and a straitjacket. That all accumulated up to the bag of thumbtacks, which was sprawled out all over the mat, and I 100% did not expect them to ever use those thumbtacks in this match. It was going to be another table on fire cock tease from the WWE, and it would have just left us wanting more because we're all savage bastards. But
It happened.
Ambrose not only landed Jericho on it, he totally slammed him onto the thumbtacks, leaving Jericho just completely writhing in pain. Dirty Deeds finishes things off. Ambrose wins the match. Chelsea, what the fuck? They used thumbtacks.
You said exactly the words that came out of my mouth when we were discussing it last night, and I did not. No, I just didn't think they were going to use it. I mean, as soon as he opened the mop bucket and pulled out that bag, I was like, thumbtacks, thumbtacks, thumbtacks. But let's just get past the fact that all the other fucking weapons were mop buckets and potted plants. And
Nunchucks and a kendo stick and a leather strap.
Mitch Jr. was there to get revenge for his brother or father. Like, he was just staring omnipresent throughout that match. Like, you're Jericho, I'll drop on you, you motherfucker.
I like to think it is Mitch 1, but in a different pot.
Oh, yeah.
I like to
Mitch
think
will live on.
It's
Mitch
an
will live on.
of Mitch rather than a family member.
That could work. That could work. But yeah, the weapons were shit. Still agree with you there.
The weapons were shit, except for the thumbtacks.
Just to, we all know that Ollie's not here. He's currently watching the pay-per-view as we speak. But he just came out with something brilliant. Did the people put in the cage together forget to bring the tables, chairs, and sledgehammer to one night and raided Poundland instead?
I mean, it doesn't come out with much funny comments, does it? That's a good one. Russ, who also wanted to be here but cannot be here, also wanted to gush about them using the thumbtacks. So there you go, Russ. That's your opinion put over. But apart from the fact that they used thumbtacks, how underwhelming was this match?
It was Brock Lesnar, Dean Ambrose all over again.
I was going to say the exact same thing. It's like, I love Ambrose. We all know I love Ambrose. It's just he doesn't... he's exciting, but the people he's with, like, in the stakes that should be there aren't... Like, you don't feel it. Like, you're in this ring. It's meant to be Extreme Rules. Don't feel extreme. It's like, he's got all these steel chairs out, and you still don't care. He got Barbie out. You don't care, because you know he's not going to use it. It's just pretty underwhelming. That's the problem.
That is the state of WWE now, though, right?
I don't know. It still gets me. It's just Dean Ambrose is having these, like, he gets himself into these positions where he's going up against juggernauts in the case of Brock Lesnar, and like going up against the legend of Chris Jericho or whatever. I don't like Chris Jericho. It's like I want it to be violent and more crazy than it should be.
I think we're all just getting our hopes up too much for something that they can put on the TV at this point, aren't we? Because whenever,
I think so, especially with Ambrose.
Yeah, they put all this Extreme Rules stuff in our faces, but if we actually sit back and think about it, it's not going to be anything at all. And I think we all just get our hopes up far too high to what they're actually going to produce for us, which definitely takes away something from the match. Because, like I said, when we had Bubba Ray about to set that table on fire, like we were all like, holy shit! But realistically, they are never going to do that.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's exactly what we thought. But then they used the thumbtacks, which we thought they were definitely not going to use. But that was the only thing from this match that was anything to take away from. It was slow. It was painful. It wasn't extreme. It was tame. I don't know. I mean, this still smacks to. We've got Ambrose and we've got Jericho. We've got nothing to do with them. I don't know. Let's put them together and see what happens, because it's just missing something. And this is the third time that we've seen these guys really
Yeah,
go
this
at
feud
a
needs to
pay
end
per
now.
view. So
This needs to end now. I'm bored of seeing Jericho.
You can't be bored of
With
seeing
Ambrose.
Jack. This is some. Oh, okay, with Ambrose, yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, I should. Sorry, I was I was trying not to. I did mean with Ambrose. I was.
I mean, I'm taking your
nice
I
to see
don't like
Jack.
Chris Jericho comment to heart anyway.
yeah, I was
You
gonna
can't
say
that. I
I'm
don't like him.
surprised. I'm surprised you let that one go.
I love Chris Jericho. That's all I'm going to say on the matter. And this is
And I
some of
love
his
Dean
best heel
Ambrose.
work. Well, let's fight, Scott. Asylum match.
I reckon you guys could put on a more
I can
extreme match
guarantee it'd be
than
more
they
crazy than that.
did. This whole feud now as a whole, has it set Ambrose back rather than elevating him forward?
I think
I
he keeps
think
where
he's-
he was.
No, I think ever since he's been in this situation where he's been in the main event scene with Roman Reigns and they're pushing Roman Reigns in front of him, like ever since that triple threat match between him, Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, he is just slowly losing. Well, he's not losing his potential, but you can see that WWE just don't want to do anything with him
Mm,
because,
that's true.
yeah, like Dean Ambrose could be one of the best heels, like Seth Rollins-esque sort of thing, and for some reason WWE just don't want to push him, and I think because he is in this scenario with Roman Reigns where he's almost in the main event scene with him and they've obviously got their preference, I don't think that they're ever going to do anything with him at the moment, and it's just a massive disappointment because we all know how good that Dean Ambrose is and how great he could be.
Sorry, I missed the end of that. I totally missed the end of that.
So
I don't know
like,
I don't know what you said. Did you end it with a question?
no.
Excellent. I have no idea what you said. Right, Scott, have you anything else to add to this match before we move on to another title match?
Hopefully, Dean Ambrose gets something good after this. Maybe. I'm not holding my breath for it though.
What do you want him to do? What do you want from him?
Kill Roman Reigns.
I think it's safe to say we all want that to happen.
Exactly.
Well, he's got a
then he wouldn't
chainsaw
get over as
somewhere.
heel. He'd be over as a babyface.
Chainsaw
You know-
Charlie gave him a chainsaw, so he's got one of them lying around somewhere.
I know last
To be
week
fair,
we
I'd
were.
like to see a Styles versus Ambrose. Like, Dirty Deeds and Styles clashes everywhere. It'd be quite cool. It'd be a lot of carnage.
Well, the Styles Clash does nothing apparently, but we'll get that to
Oh,
another
God.
Styles.
Yeah, let's get on to that.
Yeah.
That wound me up so much.
Right, let's quickly move this on before we all rant, which will
Oh,
probably
shit, yeah,
take
there's
up
a women's match.
more of this podcast than anything else put together. After this match was the women's championship match, and Charlotte versus Natalya in a submissions match for the title. Obviously, they both went for their submissions throughout the match early on, and none of them worked as it builds up. But outside the ring, Natalya went to work on Charlotte's arm, which I thought was interesting because I thought that maybe we might have some sort of, arm submission move, but no, we never had an arm submission move in the entire match. But then Natalya obviously then focused more on the sharpshooter element of the match. But Ric Flair's music pops on, and I thought, oh god, what we're doing now? And out came Ric Flair's patented cloak, and I defy anybody to say they didn't think this was the referee, Chad Patton, in Flair's costume. Is that where your mind went to, Chelsea?
Yeah, I literally said out loud, "That's Charles Robinson."
Oh, it wasn't Charles Patton. Charles Robinson, my bad.
Yeah, no, that literally.
I thought it was a stuffed animal. Like, I
But
thought it was like someone in a onesie. Like, my eyesight's really bad at the moment, and I was watching it from afar, and I was like, is that someone in a costume? And
Yeah.
that's what it was. Uh, so, I
But
didn't think it was a referee.
you didn't think it was the referee. Well done.
I thought it was someone dressed up as a fucking panda or something.
Well, that doesn't bring anything to this at all. But it wasn't. It wasn't the referee dressed up as Ric Flair. It was none other than Dana Brooke to show us a new alliance, perhaps that has been formed.
Woo!
But she provided enough of a distraction for Charlotte to use the figure eight and for poor Natalia to tap out and inevitably descend into obscurity.
it was fucking stupid.
God damn
It was
it was so boring.
like the match was good. I really enjoyed the match up until that bit. And as soon as that Flair's music came out, I thought, oh, my first reaction was, oh, he's coming down. Maybe the match is actually going to be forfeited. Natty's going to win. We're all going to go home and be happy. But Dana fucking Brooke. Steve will be very happy, but I'm not.
No, me neither.
Like,
Like,
I just give Natalia a break. Seriously, she puts on these incredible for women's matches are put on, and she's just never gonna get that belt, is she? She's never gonna get it. And I actually thought, part of me thought that if Charlotte was gonna win again, she would have a clean win, and I would have been okay with that. But the fact that once again she got fucked over by someone else interfering, it pissed me off, and that's all I can say about it because I'm just getting really angry again.
it sounds like it, and it was a shame because they were putting on a solid match, you know. But for me, the overriding feeling that I get is that once again, even without his presence there, the overriding feeling is that this is still all revolving around Ric Flair as the as the main protagonist in this title title matches.
And it's a women's championship match, and men are winning it for them. Like, yeah.
Women's power, as long as they've got women, as long as they've got a man behind them, right? That's WWE's logic, right?
I told you, Vince has got a thing against women with power. That's the only thing it can boil down to.
Yeah. Well, when we eventually get Vince McMahon on the podcast to interview, you can ask him that question. Because that'll definitely happen one day, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. His DMs are open. I'm working on it.
Mania 33. Well, you guys will be there, like interviewing, doing the rounds.
Doing the rounds. Don't tease me.
We're getting free WrestleMania tickets and flights for doing this, right, Scott?
Sure, I can afford to do that, Ross.
We'll put in expenses. Don't worry about it. But what could have been and should have been a nice technical wrestling match descended into usual fuckery from the WWE creative team. But is this now? We've been asking for a two-pronged women feud. Have we got Natalia versus Brooke as a feud, as well as whatever Charlotte goes on to do now? Is this a two-women feud at this moment now, Scott?
Hopefully, and then Natalia can actually win. Like,
but what does it matter if you're not winning the title? She's gonna go.
I don't care. I just want the girl to get a break. Like, she's a great wrestler. I enjoy watching her matches more than I enjoy bloody Charlotte. So, it just kept annoying me, and like the fact that it was against someone interfering. I was like, I'm bored of this storyline. I'm bored of Charlotte with the title. So if I could get something else on a pay-per-view that's different to this, I'll be okay with that. Jesus Christ, I don't know what they're gonna do with Charlotte now though, because I assume this is the end of Natalia and Charlotte, right?
Yeah.
It has to be. They can't drag this out anymore.
yeah, I don't want to see another month of that. As much as I am a fan of Charlotte and Natalia, and think that she deserves a title match and a title run, this is it now. They can't go anymore. Which begs the question, Chelsea, and I think you're the best person here to book this because being a woman, right?
Sexist much?
Yeah, that seems the best way to do this because I'm taking Vince's lead. And that's what we do, right? What are we going to do with the women's title? Who is going to? Well, go.
No, carry on.
Who is going to challenge Charlotte now until the inevitable Sasha Banks feud?
Well, the inevitable Sasha Banks feud isn't happening anytime soon because I don't know if you guys know this. I only found this out before, but Sasha got pulled from some live events this weekend from a suspected head injury.
No, not concussions.
Yeah, she's been pulled from house shows this weekend, I think it is, because of her head injury. So as much as we want it to be Sasha, that's not looking very likely at the moment, and whether she's out for the
It'll be
foreseeable
Dana Brooke because she'll turn on Charlotte. Oh my gosh.
Scott, don't, no. Please.
That deal.
No, me either.
Hey guys, I guess Paige can go and run at that title again.
There we go.
I don't know.
I'm just going to say something that Michael really enjoyed. What I want next is Paige. If I can't have
I want to see Paige.
If I can't have Sasha, Becky Lynch is, I don't know, crying in a corner somewhere because nobody's going to give her a break either. So bring Paige back. Let's have Paige go up against and have her hold the title next.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just reading here about the Sasha Banks injury. She suffered an head injury, specifically saying that she was kneed in the head by a referee during a six-person tag match.
What? Mate.
Yeah, Dave Meltzer, your boy Meltzer, Chels, on his radio show said she's hurt. It's a significant thing. As far as how long they were keeping secret before was a knee injury. WWE, they tell you some injuries and then others they don't want you to know. That's the deal. But there's no way of knowing right now what her status is. Obviously, Charlotte and Sasha were supposed to wrestle in Brooklyn for SummerSlam this year. It's months away, so there's still a very good chance that that's going to happen. But you never know with a concussion.
Fucking injuries.
That's kind of put a depressing feel to the women's title match because this has been my shining light.
Yeah.
It's been my light. I'm in a tunnel of despair, and Sasha Banks was the light at the end of it. And now, if you're taking that away, I don't know who you replace it with because I don't even think Paige. No, that's not true. If Paige won, I'd be all over that.
Yeah, you can't say that.
It's got to be Paige, right? I mean, Paige or freaking Becky Lynch. Give one of them a job.
Well, at least Becky Lynch is having matches. I mean,
losing to Emma before she got injured.
But at least she's getting TV time. Like, I'm starting to get really frustrated with this, like you are now. Like, Paige is.
What? Why not Bailey? Bring Bailey up and.
No.
Save it Bailey from Sasha when she has the title.
They'll ruin the girl. Absolutely ruin her. I just don't think her her gimmick and look will translate to the main roster and the main massive stadiums that they do.
You know what I imagine Bailey Bailey is going to be the Apollo Crews of debuts, and it's going to suck.
I know it's doing over something that they've already done before, but if Bailey comes, she needs to just win the title on day one, like Paige did.
Yeah.
Because then she's immediately relevant rather than being just some undersized. But then she's not that undersized when you compare her to Becky Lynch and Paige and
Sasha. Sasha's tiny.
Sasha, yeah, exactly. I don't know. I just don't think that they do it right. There's something down in NXT. There's a particular way I feel, and it just works for her. And I'm not sure how much that would, move.
Yeah,
to the main roster.
Just talking about moving to the main roster, and I'm just gonna. We've got nothing to talk about Finn, so I'm gonna talk about Finn.
I was just about to say, is this another thing? Conversation.
Yeah, like as much as I really want Finn to come up, after everything that they're doing with Gallows and Anderson and the way that they've put them so far, I'm really starting to think that I just want them to leave Finn alone. Like, because I've always said that I just want Bailey to stay down in NXT, and I think I'm getting to that point now where I don't want Finn to go up either, because
We
then
need to go see him on June 15th.
yeah, that is the most important thing of all. Like, he cannot go up before then at all. But I don't know. I just can't. I want them to leave everybody alone. I mean, the only person that they've done really well is Kevin Owens, and that's just all down to Kevin Owens more than them, I think. But yeah, I think NXT just really needs to grow as itself and just keep the main players down there, keep Finn down there, keep Bailey down there, because like you said, I just don't think they're gonna do anything with them on the main roster.
It's very much a big fish in a massive pond. If they went to the main roster, I just, I just, it's a shame because I was so up for the women's revolution and the women's title rather than the Divas title, and then it's all just been so lackluster and so mediocre since then that it's undoing all the good that they did for many months. Just completely undoing it. That's my kind of 2 cents on the situation. Don't know if you disagree or agree to that, but
No, I think we talked about it the other week, didn't we? Where we said they went through a period of having 2 women's matches a night. They were giving them enough time, but now when you watch Raw, you're lucky to get like another 1 5-minute match, and that's after them bringing up the new belt, and it just seems they like you said, they are just undoing everything, and they really need to step up again.
well, I think we can move on from the women's title match, which we're absolutely disappointed in, to be even more disappointed with the men's World Heavyweight title match. And we had Roman Reigns versus AJ Styles in an Extreme Rules match. Now, this match was pretty awesome. It's not the match of the night because that goes to the Intercontinental match. But this match was up there. It was so entertaining. It was so close. It was backwards and forwards. But man, what the fuck is Roman Reigns made of, Chelsea? Because the guy is a machine. At this point, I'm thinking he's a Terminator.
He's the guy.
Don't stop.
No, like they are really making him out to be fucking Superman, aren't they? And I'm sorry, when you take two Styles clashes, a Styles clash onto a table, onto a chair, and you get up and you do a little tiny spear and you get the win, like it's infuriating. Like you say, the match up until that point was so good. I haven't enjoyed a match more in the main event with Roman Reigns. It was a really good match. I mean, they went in the crowd. We haven't seen that in ages. That was really refreshing to see. They worked really well together, but that finish was one of those things that I'm going to add into the most infuriating moments of the past however long this Roman Reigns shit has been going on, because he doesn't. Well, the one thing he did sell really well. We'll talk about it in a minute, but the red. I don't. Yeah. Basically, I can sum this up by I can't remember the name of the move, but he flipped AJ Styles behind his head, and the crowd started chanting, "You still suck," and it was a great move. It looked fucking awesome, but Roman Reigns, you still suck, and that's my 2 cents on the matter. It was a really good match. It was a really good match, except for Roman Reigns.
Yes, let's go through the match then. So they did open up the match with just going all out at each other. They did move into the stands, into the crowd, and when they returned from the crowd, AJ Styles ripped up the protective padding, which is always a cool move. They didn't use it. I don't think anyone landed on the concrete at all, but he ripped it up at least. Roman Reigns, however, did put AJ Styles through not one but two commentary tables. So, I mean, AJ took a beating in this match. That's without a question. Um, but then Reigns got as good as he gave. And after Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows came down, and the Usos obviously came down to even up the numbers. And that's when the Styles hit the Styles Clash, and then went frigging mental with a steel chair and just crushed everybody. And still Roman Reigns just keeps on walking and keeps on powering through anything thrown at him until one tiny little spear. Okay, he speared him out of the air, but one spear ends it for Styles.
That's what I mean. 3 finishes from AJ Styles and a beating from a chair, nothing. One pathetic spear, which to be honest shouldn't even class as a finisher, and he wins. Like, what kind of bullshit is this? Seriously.
Yeah, it is pretty lame.
It's Roman Reigns as a heavyweight champion.
But if they want people to like him, they're not going the right fucking way about it.
I don't think they care if people like him anymore. Like, the amount of boos he gets, like audible boos, like it's so like I don't think they care. And after what happened at the end of the match, I don't think they need to care anymore.
He is past the point of no return, so it's a case of we're gonna boo him, you're gonna boo him, we're gonna make you boo him even more, and we're gonna, even though we didn't mean to, we're gonna make the best heel that we've had in ages. So. That's kind of the way it's going to go.
But he's not a bad guy.
But he's not a good guy either. He's the
guy.
Just the guy. Yeah, we've got that down to a T, Chelsea. Yeah. So the fans shouting, "You can't wrestle" and Roman suck. That was cool. Styles hitting the phenomenal forearm off of the pre-show table. That was pretty cool. I mean, how no one even goes up there ever, so just to see them going through the crowds like that was pretty cool. Reigns, I see. This is the problem. I enjoyed watching Reigns wrestle the match. It wasn't really wrestle, it was just fight, I guess. And I do enjoy seeing him being powerful and throwing Styles around and throwing Styles through the table. But then it's just so unbelievable when you get 3 finishes. 3 finishes. That means it finishes the match, and he still just keeps on trucking. Like if that happens in a last man standing match, you can understand it. It's a last man standing match. You have to count to 10. That's fine. But this was 3 finishes and 3 counts that didn't seal the deal. So I don't know where they're going to go from that. But Scott, what you kind of like Roman Reigns?
I like Roman Reigns. Like, I mean, the Superman punch. Like, no matter how many times I see it, it's still visually pleasing to me. Even though, like, maybe that's because I imagine doing it with my little hand and being like, "Fuck yeah, I'm awesome." And I was like, after that first Styles Clash, I was just like, "Okay, this is it." And then he got up, and I was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" And then after the second one, I was like, "Holy shit, this is the end, right?" And then he got up, and I was like, "I'm fucking done." Like, no, I love AJ Styles so much, like, and that first Styles Clash onto the steel chair on Raw last week. I was like, maybe they should have saved that for Extreme Rules, but Roman's making, like, the way they're booking Roman is making it really hard to even like the guy at this point. Like, I like him wrestling, but to get up from, like you say, 3 finishes, it's not realistic. It's not entertaining. So when the pedigree takes him down, it was fucking awesome.
I don't know what you're on about. We're not there yet.
I don't care. It's so good.
Fine.
I can't contain my excitement for how good that was. I'm sorry.
Fine. It's fine. I do want to point out though that some of the crowd still shout for Roman Reigns. You
There
still
was
get
one
the
bit where it was very
let's
50-50.
go, let's go AJ Roman Reigns, let's go AJ Roman Reigns. You know, all that. It still happens. So there are people out there who like him. I guess that's because he isn't a bad guy. After
He's
all,
not a good guy.
he's the right. Where does AJ Styles go from here? Any of you answer me. Where does he go?
He goes back
The
home,
club take
washes
down Brock
his
Lesnar?
hair, gets a
The club
nice blow
versus the
dry.
Wyatts? I don't know.
I don't know.
I literally have no idea where he goes from here. The club's
Hopefully
been
the
made to
creative
look
know where they're
weak.
going. Hopefully.
The creative don't know shit.
No, you're right. They don't.
Shall I
But
tell you who
I
doesn't
don't
know
know.
shit? One person who knows what's up is your boy Seth Rollins.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Wait for it to kick in. There we go.
why did they not play his theme tune? That's literally, I think I've said to everybody, the biggest markout I will have is when Seth Rollins comes back and his music kicks in, because I absolutely love his entrance music. And we were saying before, they did another AJ Styles when he came up in the Royal Rumble. They focused on Roman Reigns' face rather than who was coming in. And they just started cheering, and you know who it's going to be, don't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like as soon as you see everyone pop like that, you're like, Seth Rollins. Like, and it was great to see him just running and murder Roman Reigns.
It was
awesome.
that pedigree was the best thing Roman Reigns has ever sold in his life.
Yeah.
I know, right? That's the thing that pisses me off so much about this entire thing. And I'm happy that Seth's back, and I'm happy he's still using the pedigree because it's a fantastic move. And I'm happy that he's going to go straight back into the title match, which he never lost. He had to vacate due to injury. But Roman Reigns cannot sell 3 finishes, one of them onto a steel chair, numerous steel chair shots to the back, but one pedigree, and he's rolling around on the floor out of it for a minute and a half.
Well, Roman Reigns is a Triple H guy. Seth Rollins is a Triple H guy, but we all know who Triple H prefers. So.
John Cena.
Going back for Memorial Day.
Yeah.
But no, I'm so happy, so happy Seth's back. Like, when they announced his return date, I was super pissed because, like, why announce it?
Yeah,
But-
save that. Like, if we didn't know who was coming back, I mean, it still would have been amazing. Like, it was still amazing to see him come back, but to not know he was returning anytime soon would have been even better to have seen him appear and kill
But-
him.
The thing that I'm taking away from all this is that how interesting Raw is going to be tonight, how interesting Raw is going to be the following week, because we've got so many talented people in the roster now, but now we've got Seth Rollins back, and then we will have John Cena back as well. There's going to be a lot of mouths to feed, and not a lot of time to fill it.
No, I am. It's one of those Mondays where I am definitely staying up for Raw tonight. Just so I can see Seth Rollins. That's probably
He's going to
it.
open the show, isn't he? He's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
open the show.
I hope so, and then by 1 o'clock, by 2 o'clock, I can be tucked up in bed.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds like a good plan to me. I'm like, stay up, watch the opening segment. Hopefully that little riff there plays on through. Out comes Rollins saying he is the man. He'll probably go all right, like he always does, and we're all gonna be happy. And then I can go to bed and be like, yay! I can't wait to watch the rest of Raw tomorrow morning. But equally, it could open up with Roman Reigns, and we're all just gonna be like, nah,
Bedtime.
yeah. So yeah, that's where that ended. Overall impressions of the show. I know I kind of think I know what I would say, but Scott, what is your overall impression of the show? Whether you want to give it a 10 out of 10, whether you want to give it a grade, whether you just want to
I don't
give
know,
a
like
little
out of 10,
a
I'd
few
think I'd go
words.
with a 7.5. Like there were like a lot of things got me excited, like seeing the thumbtacks and obviously having that bit of blood, and obviously Seth for 10. Like Seth for 10 at the end is just a 10, and like that match with Reigns was really good, apart from him just not selling him being destroyed and like still winning, which was still stupid. Why? Just we can only ask why. So yeah, 7.5 is a fair assessment of Extreme Rules. Like I enjoyed it more than Payback, and to be fair, I probably enjoyed most of it more than WrestleMania. So that's the thing.
Really? I suppose that second half of WrestleMania was fucking dire. So
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just seeing Styles clashes are like it's one of the most satisfying moves I think. Like for me personally, I just love seeing him pull off. So him pulling it off twice was pretty cool.
fair enough. Chelsea, what was your overall grade, impression, thoughts on the show?
If it was Payback, I'd go with Scott and give it a 7.5, but just for the fact it was Extreme Rules and it wasn't very extreme. Maybe like a 6.5. But
Yeah.
Chelsea.
but no, I think the fact it was Extreme Rules and yeah, we got thumbtacks.
It was.
We got a couple of low blows. It was nothing special, really, was it? As a normal pay-per-view, it would have been fine. But they really need to put if they are still advertising these shows as everything's extreme, we're throwing the rule book out the window. They just need to pull something out of the bag. It's
Were thumbtacks not enough for you, Chelsea? Were thumbtacks not enough?
no, Scott, thumbtacks are not enough.
Thumbtacks do not a pay-per-view make.
No, I mean Attitude Era. That shit was happening on like Monday Night Raw. So this is Extreme Rules. Someone needs to jump off the top of the cage onto thumbtacks. Then maybe I'd given it a bit more.
My overall thoughts on actually, I think if I was to grade it, I think I'd grade it somewhere similar, if not lower than you, Chelsea. I enjoyed the main event and I enjoyed the Fatal 4-Way. Everything else was pretty much average at best.
Yeah.
And it really upsets me that in an Extreme Rules match we did not get a table other than the announce table. We didn't get a table. We didn't get a ladder. We didn't get a sledgehammer. Where are any of these extreme items that we're
Michael,
accustomed to
we got a mop and bucket. We got a mop and bucket. We got a potted plant.
Basically, what you're telling me is that we got Perry Saturn's mop and Al Snow's head, and we went back into the lower cards of WWF in the 90s. So
Yeah.
I think that is my perfect summary on the show. Tell us what you think. Get in touch with us. Chelsea, where can they find you on Twitter?
Fight Chelsea Fight on Twitter.
Scott, where can they find you?
I don't know. Like I kind of just meander around the place at this point in time. Outlives Pod. You can find me on the Outlives Pod. I do stuff for the website outlives.net. It's pretty cool. Did a review of X-Men Apocalypse. It's a pretty good movie. Gave it a 7 out of 10. Spoilers. I don't know if you care about the score. On Scott795.
You've just ruined it for me now, Scott. Thanks.
No, I'm sorry. It wasn't an 8.
It's alright. I read it. Really. I read it.
Oh, you did?
I was
that means a lot.
going to read it, but then I heard that you put like a ton of spoilers in it. So...
There is not a ton of spoilers. It's.
You told me that Magneto is Xavier's dad from the future. Spoil it.
Jesus,
I don't
can't
remember
go anywhere.
that, so
You're
yeah,
gonna
that's
spoil
totally true.
You're gonna spoil Game of Thrones for everybody now. Just
Hold the door. Hold the door. Anyway,
Hold the door.
you can all find all of our podcasts and many other items and articles that we're writing at the outoflives.net website, which you should really go check out because we have a lot of stuff happening there, and many other podcasts as well. You can send us an email at outofnowherepodcast@gmail.com, or you can get us on
I don't want any of
Twitter
these wrestling shit filling up my email. Thank you very much.
outofnowherepod
Cast.
on Twitter. Podcast on Twitter.
No, that's not right.
What is it?
I thought
How long have you guys been doing the show now?
Out
Really?
of Nowhere Pod at Twitter, innit?
Yeah, I thought you were still talking about
Twitter.
Chico. At Twitter.
On Twitter, whatever. Different word. So, right, cut that bit. You can also find
No, that's what
at,
that's what
out of nowhere on Twitter. Oh, this is a bit of a shit end to the show. I'll catch you next time. That's truly how I'm ending it.
Beautiful.